Hello, today we're going to be talking about female self-esteem. Our objective today is to find out, can a positive educator affect female self-esteem level? Can they build it, lower it? What is female self-esteem? What's the definition of it? How do females feel about their self-esteem? Can we build it? Is there a self-esteem issue? I am going to be interviewing some students from Lima Senior High, and I'm also going to be interviewing some educators that attend the work at Lima Senior High School, where our objective was trying to figure out what really goes on here and female and their self-esteem. Can we help them? Is it too late? When does self-esteem start? Do you reach a certain build? Once it's lowered, is it the end of the world? How can we work this out? Well, we're going to try to find out.
Female self-esteem is a problem.
Hi. I feel like the definition of self-esteem is the feeling of pride for oneself, meaning that you are confident and that you're happy to be who you are and what you are. And I feel that it is a very important thing in every female's life. All females should have high self-esteem.
That was a doozy. I think from the evidence that we got, it may be safe to say that there is self-esteem problems, especially at Lima Senior High. But is it educators helping it? Like, what? Maybe we should speak to an educator. Let's scroll onto an educator's office. How about we do that? Here with administrator from Lima Senior. You go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Brian Miller, Director of Closing the Achievement Gap program here at the Lima City Schools.
Okay, we'll be talking about female self-esteem and how we feel about it. Can you tell me, how do you boost a female self-esteem?
I believe through our program, through CTAG, that just being an example for our young ladies, and then our teachings within our class, our group discussions, help build self-esteem for our young ladies. And then also always being there for them. Allowing them to come see us at certain times, knowing that we can help them work through different issues. I think that also helps boost self-esteem in young ladies.
Okay, would you say that you are a role model, and who? Can you tell me who your role model is, and are you a role model?
Definitely, I believe that I'm a role model, but I've had many role models in my lifetime, whether it be my family members, coaches, teachers, and the like. And I believe the same applies here at the high school. I want to be a role model for all of our students and our young ladies, especially our young ladies. And just modeling certain behaviors allows you to be that role model.
Okay. Can you say that a female student can come to you with a problem?
Yes. At my youthful age of 48, I believe I can help young ladies work through a lot of different issues. Although there are times when I think there are certain issues that should be dealt with by a female adult. But if it's not one of those issues, I myself can help a young lady work through probably most issues.
Okay. Did you say that you can build someone's self-esteem? You say you build? Or
I think we do a good job of building self-esteem in the CTAG program. Our group discussions get very, I'll use the word deep. We address some social issues at a very, very deep level, but also at a level that young people can understand. And once they gain that information of self, it starts to boost that self-esteem because they understand themselves better and know what they can accomplish and understand what mistakes they've made in the past, and they can learn from those mistakes. That too helps build self-esteem.
okay, can you say that you ever lowered a female self-esteem?
No. Even if I did it unintentionally, because I would never intentionally lower someone's self-esteem, even if we've made some life coach mistakes, some teaching mistakes, our program, and when I say our program, I'm talking about CTAG programming again, our staff has always been able to sit back and say, hey, we should have handled that different. Let's apologize to this young person, male or female, and help them get back on track. So I would have never, ever intentionally lowered someone's self-esteem. And honestly, I can't think that I have, because our skill set is knowing how to actually deal with someone, even when you're correcting them, but to correct them in a manner that it doesn't crush self-esteem.
Okay, can you explain what CTAG is for some of our viewers who do not understand what that is?
CTAG is the acronym for Closing the Achievement Gap, which is an initiative that started statewide when Governor Strickland was in office. It was designed to work with young men initially, but we saw the need to work with our young ladies, so the program has expanded to boys, girls, and on down to the 5th grade level.
Okay, that's very good. Um, will you ever tell me, does self-esteem have a certain level? Like once you reach that level, are you like, once you have high self-esteem, are you like, that's it? High self-esteem, can your self-esteem level go down? Like, how does that work? Is a certain age group when you reach high self-esteem, or what is that?
I don't think there's a certain age. As everyone travels this journey of life, we're all at different stages on that journey. So I don't think there's a certain age that you reach self-esteem, but there are certain times in your life, certain incidents that may have you somewhat lowering your self-esteem. The issue is, or the mindset must be, I've had this setback, let me get back on track and move forward. So when you have strong self-esteem, you may take some setbacks every now and then, loss of a loved one, a disappointment, not getting a job, whatever the case may be. But when you have strong self-esteem, you can shake that off and keep moving forward.
Okay. Someone my age would want to help someone build up their self-esteem or their self-confidence. How would they go about doing that? Are there certain steps to take, or?
I think you're taking those steps right now. The job that you're doing, and even this process of addressing self-esteem, to me, I think you're taking those steps by modeling a certain behavior and taking your academics seriously. Other people, even in your age group, are seeing that and they're saying, "Hey, that's the way I want to be," and that in itself helps young people build self-esteem.
Okay. How can a family member build self-esteem?
Just by being supportive, encouraging, uh, even at those troubling times, being supportive and encouraging, helping others work through life's issues. That in itself can help build self-esteem, and always staying positive.
Okay. Comments for our viewers to tell them on self-esteem or being an educator to build self-esteem?
I would just say to our educators, always remember that when you're working with young people, these are not inanimate objects. As if you work at Ford, if you destroy a part at Ford, you can replace that part. If you destroy someone's esteem, you may destroy that person for the rest of their lives. So for our educators, just keep in mind that these aren't inanimate objects. Every student has a wonderful, wonderful story and a wonderful being that we must work with and help build. And for our young people, once again, just love yourselves.
All right. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure. Yep. Oh, hi there. It seems I just got a phone call and we're going to have an interview with another person. This time we have a student from Lima Senior High. She's a freshman. From the phone call, she had low self-esteem before, and I guess her self-esteem was boosted in some way. I'm not for sure. We're going to find out in the interview. So, hey, we'll take you guys there then. Hi, I'm here with a student from Lima Senior. We're going to have her introduce herself. Go ahead and give me your name and your age and your grade.
I'm 15. My name is Yasmin Petaway. I'm in the 9th grade.
Okay, today we are going to talk. We're going to talk to her about female self-esteem and kind of get her input on how she feels about her self-esteem. My first question I want to ask you is: do you have a role model?
Yeah.
Can you tell me who your role model is?
It's my CTAG teachers and my mom.
Okay. There's one of her role models is Mr. Miller, who we've seen previously in this video. My next question I have for you is, would you say that you can come to an administrator, a teacher, a coach, an aide, a sub, or a CTAG advisor with a personal problem that you are having?
Yes.
Have you ever came to one of those people for one of your personal problems?
Yes, I have.
Okay. How would you rate your self-esteem level now?
Very high.
Your self-esteem level very high. How would you rate your self-esteem level maybe 4 or 5 months ago?
Very low.
Okay. Why would you say that your self-esteem level was very low 4 or 5 months ago?
Just because I wasn't stable enough in outside of school and school, but then when I joined CTAE and Cameron Senior, you have to step up your learning abilities and learning like I can't do this no more, I can't do that. So I just made the process to do what I need to do to change.
Okay. How would you say that your self-esteem level was high now? Like, what was the steps that you took to make your self-esteem level where it is right now?
Staying in school, doing my work, and the road to womanhood, what we learn, standing on my tenets, and just following the way that I know what to do best.
Okay. Would you say that a teacher, an educator, a coach, a sub, a C-type person, do you think they can lower your self-esteem level?
I wouldn't say that. No, because I learned so much now. I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. Do you think they help higher your self-esteem level?
Because they like accomplish me, like pat on my back, thank you. Like they just acknowledge what I do.
Okay. What is your definition of self-esteem?
Self-esteem, how you feel about yourself. If you don't down yourself, like if you have pride in yourself, you can dress correctly, speak correctly, like not scared of much.
Mm. Would you say that do you think you're a role model to any young girls, or would you think you would role model in the future to any young girls?
In the future, after I finish making the steps I need to do.
Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to do the either be a teacher, do hair, art, I forget what it's called, but the kids.
Like a daycare?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you can see, a lot of the stuff that she wants to do, she has to have a lot of high self-esteem for that, and work being a teacher. And when she becomes a teacher, she will build kids' self-esteem. A daycare provider also will build kids' self-esteem. When she becomes a hairdresser, she'll make the girls feel pretty, so that'll build their self-confidence, which has to do with self-esteem. Would you say that a lot of that being part of the C-Tag program helped your self-esteem level?
Yes.
Would you recommend anybody to be part of that to help build their self-esteem level?
Everybody should be able to tag.
So, like, how did you feel about it at first? Like, was it something like you did not want to do? Did someone say like, "Hey, you should try this, join this"? Like, were you referred to someone or?
Well, they knew me from last year, and Miss Cowan just added me just to add me. I wasn't last year, and I didn't think it was going to be good this year, but I just went to see if it was going to help me with going from being in middle school to coming to high school.
So, are you grateful that you decided to do C-Tag?
Yes.
Alright, so we've talked to a lot of people today about their self-esteem. We have talked to some students and how they feel about self-esteem, and they feel that self-esteem is a problem within females, especially at Lima Senior. We have talked to some C-Tag coaches. C-Tag coaching, we'll talk to a student, and they basically said that they feel like self-esteem is a problem. They did have self-esteem problems, but they use C-Tag, which is a program that we have here. And she built her self-esteem level, and because of them, if it wasn't for her, she stated that she might have dropped out of school, and that she really didn't really care about life anymore, pretty much. And our self-esteem coaches, Mr. Miller basically said that he feels in himself that he can build female self-esteem. And me personally, for my personal life, I think my self-esteem and my self-confidence has been built and has raised. And then the teachers, my role models, have a big output on it. So I'm thinking it's safe to say that a positive role model and a positive educational role model in a female's life can build their self-esteem. And at Lima Seniors, seeing that we have such a great program, it is building a lot of our young female self-esteems here. And so I think the case is pretty much closed.